It'll be really interesting to see how Coach Dennis Doherty incorporates them into the lineup tonight. Anything else you have to add, CJ, before we get to the lineup?
Well, Wayland's defense all year has been good, and they're going to have to really show that tonight. They're going to have to be really good tonight, close out on shots, get defensive rebounds, and just go out there and play good defense. That's how they're going to win this game.
Oh, absolutely. We're getting ready to go to the lineups here in the Warrior Dome. We'll be back right after the national anthem.
Welcome to Wayland High School for tonight's DCL matchup between Carlisle. Number 3, Josh Monk. Number 23, George Howes. Number 4, Cameron Ladd. Number 14, Andrew Upham. And number 1, Tyler Jamu. And now for your Wayland Warriors. At guard, number 1, Ryan Uredo. At guard, number 2, Xander Livingston. At forward, number 4, Jabari Nurse. At guard, number 5, Jaden Brewington. And at forward, number 23, Gavin Davies.
Those are your lineups here tonight. We're about to do the national anthem. All right, so welcome back to WSPN's live coverage of this small DCL matchup between the Concord Carlisle Patriots and the Wayland Warriors. Again, Josh Schreiber here alongside me is CJ Brown. And a big story of tonight's game is Concord Carlisle. So they've had a bit of a rough start as of yet in this season, but they have managed 2 wins, one of them coming at home against the Warriors. So, CJ, what do you think is going through the minds of these Wayland players now having a rematch after what could be considered an embarrassing loss?
Well, I talked to junior captain Jack Melvin in the locker room before the game, and he said that they have to come out strong, they have to play well, and that the last loss was kind of an embarrassment. So we'll see. Hopefully they can leave it all out on the floor tonight and just do their jobs.
Absolutely. As we're getting ready for the tip here, it'll be Jabari receiving the tip. Starters for tonight's game for Wayland are Nurse, Livingston, Brewington, Urado, and Davies. And here's the tip. Jump ball violation called. They're going to redo it. Jabari wins this tip. Out to Davies, now Urado, Livingston, and we are underway.
This is interesting. We haven't seen Urado start a game all year, but here he is. This could be with the absence of Dolick and with Noah and Porter just coming off of injury. They're looking to rest those young sophomores, have a junior in their place.
Absolutely. As we just saw a missed three-pointer there and then a foul called on Gavin Davies. It'll be Concord taking it up right now. A big story for Concord is their guard, number 3, Josh Bond. Josh Bond is a very athletic point guard. As layup there for Ryan Urado, and those are the first points of tonight's game. As I was saying, Josh Bond he scored 13 last game against Wayland. He can shoot the three, but he really looks to push the ball into the lane, as it looks like it's out of bounds. Urado did a good job of playing defense, knocking that one out. Concord will keep possession.
Jaden's getting up in his face. Great pressure there.
Great job, exactly. Foul is called on the floor by number 1, Ryan Urado. That was number 23, George Howes, taking it into the lane. As number 1, Tyler Jamo, the sophomore, will inbound it under the basket. 5-second violation is called.
We heard Coach Jordy yelling there, switch, and Gavin Davies left a man wide open. We're lucky he didn't see that, but he was able to recover, get there in time before they could pass the ball in.
Absolutely. Here it'll be Jaden Brewington taking it up. Jabari in the post. They call a foul on the floor. Foul called on number 23, George Howes. Xander Livingston will inbound it under the basket. He's looking. Just gets it off to Ryan Urado and Brewington. So, talking about Brewington, he is actually a really strong candidate for DCL MVP as a junior captain. Really had an amazing season as he misses a mid-range shot there.
Yeah, Jaden played great all year. He won the MVP of a tournament they played over winter break earlier, and he's just been a real leader on this team.
Yeah, I agree with that, but that is as Andrew Upham is called for the foul. It'll be Urado at the line. Urado already having a really good start to this game. Scored the first 2 points. He'll have an opportunity to score 2 more.
Well, yeah, he's been given an opportunity, and now he's just taking it.
Here's the first. He gets that one to fall easily. 3rd point of the game. Now, Ryan Urado, this is his first year on varsity. Has not gotten a lot of playing time, but as you mentioned, as he shoots a second, makes that. He has not gotten a lot of playing time, but as you're seeing here, he's making the most of whatever playing time he gets.
Yeah, he's gotten the first 4 points for Wayland, and yes, he's got a foul called on him, but he's just playing aggressive basketball and just doing whatever he can to make an impact on this game, which he has done so far.
Absolutely. There's Bond with the miss. Brewington comes up with the board. He's pushing up the court fast. Concord Carlisle player tried to save it there, but it may have been off Brewington's foot. Wayland regains possession only for Jabari to miss the layup. Here is number 23. They call a jump ball. Great job by Ryan Urado to get a hand on that ball.
And mentioning number 23, George Howes, he had 18 last game against Wayland with 4 threes. He's a real threat, and they're looking to eliminate him in this game.
Yeah, there was Jamo with the missed three-pointer. Nurse to Brewington. Brewington can't get it to go as Jamo comes up with the board. Up to Bond in transition. Bond gets the layup to go. Concord Carlisle is on the board. Slow start to this game so far with over 5 minutes to play. Only 6 total points have been scored, but I guess we can look for that the whole game as defense seemingly the key to the game for both teams.
Yeah, defense is going to be really important here. It has been thus far. And you just see that again with a second or third jump ball already.
Livingston inbounds it there. Lost by Brewington. It will be Concord Carlisle ball. Pass was a little bit low. Brewington just couldn't come up with it as Jamo will inbound it.
Brewington also looked at the ref as if the Concord Carlisle player had hit the ball out of his hands.
Yeah, as Urado with a tough defense. Fans appreciate it.
Wayland's in a man scheme here, and they're doing a great job D'ing up against this tough Concord team.
Concord misses the shot. Davies with the rebound. Brewington up the court quickly. Gets the bucket to go and the foul. Great job by Jaden Brewington.
Josh, that's why he's out here on the floor. That's why he's an MVP candidate. I mean, Jaden Brewington can do it all. He's a shooter. He can drive, and he can get and ones just like that. He
Absolutely.
plays great defense. I mean, he's just an all-around stud.
Yeah, as he shoots the first here. Or, sorry, that was the only as it was an N1. He misses it. Ladd comes down with the rebound, and now Concord is trying to get something going on offense. Ladd now taking it to the left to Howes. No good. Upham with the board. He can't get that to go, and Jabari comes up with a nice defensive board. Jabari to Livingston. Livingston can't get that one to go. A rebound there by Bowen. Bowen with the wild pass up to Upham. Upham goes out of bounds. It is Wayland possession.
I mean, they've tried to turn this into a transition fast break game, but as of right now, the defense is prevailing, and that hasn't really worked out for CC.
Absolutely. Wayland, a very fast young team. They rely on their speed at times, and it has absolutely worked out in this game on defense. Jabari, Nurse just couldn't come down with that pass there from Ryan Urato as it is out of bounds. Concord Carlisle ball. Bowen will take it in. Looks like Wayland's sticking with that press, CJ.
Yeah, that man press, and I mean, they're D'ing up Howes real tight with Urato. He was a real problem for them last game, and it looks like they found their solution as Howes takes an offensive foul there.
Yeah, offensive foul called there on number 23, George Howes. They said he pushed off with his arm. Howes doesn't like it.
Wayland bench was very excited with that last one.
Now George Howes subbing out of the game. Here's Brewington. As we mentioned earlier, Brewington, a DCL MVP candidate, definitely a DCL All-Star candidate. He expects a lot out of his teammates, and he will give his all. As Concord Carlisle pushes up the court, missed the layup, but they get the offensive board and put in the layup. Good job by Concord Carlisle to get it up quick.
Yeah, and they cut the lead to 2 there, so hopefully Wayland will come back this possession and get something to go.
Nurse, nice move to the bucket, avoids the contact and lays it in for 2. Just over 3 minutes and counting left here in the first quarter.
Jabari says, get that out of here. But a foul is called.
We'll see who the foul is called on. They call it on Davies. It did look like Nurse got that clean block, but I guess Davies may have gotten a little bit too much contact down there in the paint. Tyler Jamo shooting at the line.
Gets his first to go.
Now, Jamo, the lefty point guard, he's been averaging 10 points per game since his return from his injury. And a big thing that Wayland needs to do to stop him is to force him right as he is a lefty, because he's very aggressive and athletic.
Almost a whole new squad in for Wayland, with Brewington the only remaining starter.
Yeah, we see the two sophomores, Lee and Moody, into this game.
Along with junior captain Jack Melvin and junior Nick Johnson, who hasn't played a lot, but he comes up with that rebound there.
Yeah, it looks like Doherty trying to get in a lot of his guys, whereas normally he goes with an 8 or 9 man rotation. We've already seen 9 guys in this game, though. As Brewington now looking for Johnson in the post, couldn't get it to him. Melvin for 3, gets it to go. Nice shot by Jack Melvin.
Melvin's an absolute stud, another junior captain for the Warriors, and he, beyond the three-point line, he's just been absolutely electric this year.
Noah Lee gets a steal to Moody. Layup. Noah Lee is pumped up right now. Nice steal by him.
Love to see Noah and Porter coming off of that injury time.
Oh, what a move. I think Johnson got a piece of that shot there by Carlisle. Brewington pushing it up, tries to slow it down. Johnson now to Brewington. 2 minutes left. Now it'll be Moody. He'll slow it down. Good ball movement by Wayland. Moody open 3 from the corner. No good. That 3 was long. Concord Carlisle gets possession. Here's Jamo.
This is really a guard-heavy lineup that Doherty's going here, with Johnson being the only real forward. The other 4 are kind of guards, so that's a way to speed up this game in Wayland's favor.
Jamo for 3. He gets that to go. Again, as we talked about earlier, he can be an offensive threat for Concord Carlisle as only a sophomore. He is their youngest player. Here's Brewington. Big story for Wayland in this season so far is Jack Melvin, junior captain, as Nick Johnson gets fouled. But Jack Melvin has had to deal with quite a few minor injuries that we've seen so far. None that have kept him out of any games completely, but maybe him not starting in this game has something to do with one of those, do you think?
It could be that, or it just could be Coach Doherty changing up the lineup and just looking for new guys to work in. They haven't 7-8 man rotation all year, and see Urado getting some time, Johnson getting some time. I mean, everyone seems to be getting time, especially with Dolick out.
Absolutely. As Johnson, he just missed the first, shooting the second. He can't get that one to go either. Wayland up 5. Not a single stoppage in timeout or any other stoppage in play so far this quarter, with only a minute to go. Concord Carlisle, Jamo for 3 again. Jamo really having a huge impact in this game thus far.
He had Jaden in his face too. That was a really tough 3 to make, and he knocked it down as a sophomore.
Now Lee fakes a 3, looking for a man, finds Moody. Lee for 3. Can't get that to go as Moody with the hustle rebound. Lee tries to get a flashy pass in there, but it ends up going right to number 3, Josh Bond on Concord Carlisle. Great play by Nick Johnson. Knocks it out of bounds. It will stay Concord Carlisle possession.
That could be the spark that Doherty was looking for. I mean, Johnson and Urado both making hustle plays on defense, and I mean, maybe that throwing the bench guys in there has shown
Absolutely.
that they'll hustle, they'll put it all on the line, because they don't get a lot of minutes, so they're making the most of it.
Yeah, and it seems to be working so far pretty well. Nick Johnson, it looked like he got a clean block, but they call a foul on him. It'll be number 33, Eric Mitchell, shooting free throws. Mitchell is an athletic big. Really, what Wayland has to focus on with him, they got to box him out as he's a great rebounder, CJ.
Yeah, and he's also a righty, and he really only has a righty dribble, so they're looking to force him left in this one.
Misses a second. Wayland's going to look to get the last shot here. Brewington looking. Brewington on the give and go. That ball looked like it went in, actually went under. Noah Lee tried to pass it to Johnson there at the end of the first quarter, but Johnson did not have time to get a shot off. Not a bad first quarter from Wayland so far. Great defense, as you had mentioned earlier in the keys to the game, but they haven't really gotten that spark on offense that they need.
And at the end of the first, Wayland's up 13-12. If you're just joining us here on WSPN.
Yeah, absolutely. And so obviously there's talk around Wayland is a big start to this program. Really, they have a lot of juniors and sophomores. Only one senior that has really had a ton of playing time, and the playoffs are looking like they could be not only this year but next year. They have a really good chance at a long postseason run.
And Josh, they've already clinched a playoff spot, have they not?
They absolutely have. We'll go a little more in depth about that after the when the beginning of the third quarter starts. But it is a bit of a complex rule. But here we have the start of the second quarter coming up. The 5 for Wayland will be Johnson, Brewington, Melvin, Moody, and Lee. While for Concord Carlisle, it'll be number 1, Jamo, Bowen, Upham, Bond, and Mitchell.
Wayland staying in that full court press, that man-to-man defense that's worked to a T thus far.
Jamo for 3 again. 3 for 3 from 3. He is on fire in this game.
He's only a sophomore, and I mean, he's just been lights out today. They've got to find an answer for him and find it fast.
Absolutely, as Lee dribbles it in. He thought he got fouled, but it will be out of bounds by Concord Carlisle anyways. As Nurse checks in for Nick Johnson. Jabari Nurse, as he checks in, a really athletic player, has 3 dunks this year and can really spark something for Wayland. They'd like to see that here. Nurse thought he got fouled there. He did not. Brewington with trying to go up for the block. May have gotten a piece of it as Moody fouled hard by Mitchell.
That was a really athletic play there by Jaden. Just shows again why he's the best player on this team and one of the best players, if not the best player in the league. He's been on varsity for 3 years, and I mean, just that coming from the other side of the court, timing it up perfectly, and getting a piece of the ball.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's what he brings to this team.
Yeah. Lee will inbound. Now Porter Moody, he's been dealing with a concussion for the past 3 or 4 games. Was in for about 3 minutes last game as Lee misses a 3. But he's really hoping to be back at towards 100% in this game here. Lee gets the ball. Now it's Brewington. Nurse up. He will lay it in.
The student section was looking for a dunk there, Josh.
Yeah, didn't quite get the momentum he needed going into the dunk, but that layup to tie the game is huge.
But I mean, you see Jabari on a fast break.
Nice job there by Hose to get the 3 to fall.
He killed them in their last matchup, had 4 threes, and they're hoping to stop that this game. I talked to Jack Melvin before the game, and he said, yeah, Howes isn't a very strong player, but we let him look like one in our last game, and we just got to stop him defensively.
Yeah, their thing was do not sleep on him, as the ball will be out of bounds on a missed shot by Concord Carlisle. It will be Wayland possession. Noah Lee will inbound it. Noah Lee also coming out. Oh, sorry, actually it'll be Moody to inbound as Lee checks out of the game.
Davies coming in for Lee, going for a bigger look here.
Yeah, Gavin Davies is his first year on the team as a junior, but he has had a huge impact, especially on the offensive boards, as he gets an easy jump shot to fall there in the paint. But as I was saying, Davies really the only true big man that Wayland has, and on a team as big as Concord Carlisle, don't you think it would be important for Davies to have a big game?
I mean, obviously it is. I mean, one of Concord's players, Graham Robinson, number 24, he's 6'8".
Yeah, we haven't seen him so far. I don't even know if he will play tonight, but
if he does, that'll be Davies' job.
Absolutely is. We just missed a Concord Carlisle layup there, and now it'll be Jaden Brewington at the line. It is a 1-and-1. Brewington gets the first to fall. He'll have another opportunity to shoot at the line.
Jaden's been a little quiet so far in this game, but he's made really his impact on defense and passing.
Yeah, absolutely. As we mentioned earlier with Brewington, he's the kind of guy who he's going to give his all every single game, and he expects the same out of his teammates, even if it means just trying to motivate them a little by potentially even getting their face. If he does that, it's not because he's being a bad teammate. He's actually trying to motivate them and get them going.
And that's why he's a junior captain. He's that type of leader who he'll call you out when you're not doing your job because he feels like he always is.
Absolutely.
He's also the type of talented player who he can get a triple-double on any given night. He'll do everything he can to just do what the team needs. He can play anywhere from the 1 to the 5. He's really an all-around stud.
Yeah, I completely agree with you, CJ, as he will take it in after Concord Carlisle stepped out of bounds. Nurse to Moody. Melvin. Melvin dribbling in. Wild layup, cannot get it to fall. Number 12, Jack Bowen, took it up there. Now in as a wild shot. Not even close. Nurse got the rebound but stepped out of bounds, as it'll be Bond and Mitchell checking in. So, another big story is Melvin's still in this game. Jack Melvin, it's really a family affair this year for him, as his younger sister Haley Melvin made the varsity girls basketball team as just a freshman. So, basketball runs in the family for him.
Yep. And Melvin, this is his second year on varsity. He didn't make it freshman year. There were 2 freshmen to make it, but he was on JV, had a great year there, put up great numbers, and the past 2 years he's been a real impact player. This year he's a captain as a junior.
Yeah, and he's really worked his way up to be like a really just an elite starter at times in the DCL when he's not injured. As Nurse tried to save that one out of bounds, he could not. It'll be Concord Carlisle ball.
Johnson checks back in for Davies.
George Howe's to inbound. He gets it into Upham. Bond fakes a shot to Upham.
Whalen's still playing really tight man on and off ball defense.
Missed 3 there by House. Now it'll be Moody taking it up. Nice pass into Nick Johnson. Johnson puts it in for 2. Nice vision there by Porter Moody, a great all-around player.
That's a huge shot for Johnson as Whalen regains the lead.
Absolutely is. No signs of that concussion here from Moody so far in this game, as he's playing really aggressive defense at the moment. Right in Bond's face as he misses a 3.
Whalen's got numbers here.
Moody gets blocked by Jamo. Brewington comes up with the offensive board, and he'll slow it down. Takes it beyond the perimeter. Now driving in. The lefty layup is no good. Looking for the foul. Can't get it. Bond defended by Moody and Brewington. The foul is called on Brewington.
Brewington's got into a little bit of foul trouble this year. Hopefully he'll be able to avoid that tonight.
Yeah, in a small DCL game as big as this one here tonight, that's a really important guy to have on your team throughout the whole game, as it's really close so far. Concord Carlisle moving the ball around. Now it's Upham. Upham to Mitchell. Mitchell looking for Jamo. Finds him. Tough defense on Jamo. Out to Bond. Bond, mid-range. No good. Jabari Nurse with that long wingspan comes down with the defensive board. Nick Johnson just can't handle that pass from Nurse. It was a nice pass, though, by Nurse. As Livingston checks into the game here, he's their only senior that has really had a lot of starting time so far this year as a senior captain. He's their only senior starter, as I just mentioned, and he is the most experienced on this team, as he has played since he was a sophomore. One of the best shooters on this team, and really a great leader for this Wayland Warrior team.
And an interesting part of Xander is that his family isn't done in this program. His little brother Zorn is in 8th grade now. He's hoping to make varsity next year as a freshman.
Yeah, a lot of talent coming up for Wayland. Mitchell now into Upham, stolen by Melvin, as Nurse may have gotten a piece of that. Foul called inside. Jaden Brewington gets the bucket to go and the foul. He'll have an and one opportunity, his second of the game.
I mean, Jaden's been absolutely electric in the second quarter. Just every time he touches the ball, you know you're going to see fireworks.
Crowd quiets down for this first free throw. Or sorry, the only free throw, as he misses that one. Jamo now. Looking. Finds Bowen. Bowen now to Mitchell. Tough defense by Johnson. Upham, mid-range. Rattles around and gets it to go.
That cuts Whalen's lead to just 1.
Yeah. Andrew Upham just got that basket there. He plays really hard, as Whalen has said. He's an excellent rebounder. As we just saw there, he has a very solid mid-range as an athletic big. So far in this game, we have a really close game. But CJ, so with the playoffs coming up from the Warriors, obviously there's a lot of excitement. However, with the Warriors' young core, we really are ecstatic for the future of this program. Along with some very talented juniors in Davies, Melvin, and Brewington, there are 4 sophomores who've had a tremendous role on this team so far. So, CJ, how have these sophomores impacted the Warriors?
Well, obviously, Josh is referencing Dalek, Noah, Porter, and Jabari. And honestly, those guys are kind of the core of this team. It's really exciting to see them coming up. I mean, Porter's brother Oliver was a senior captain last year. It's kind of a family affair, as his oldest brother Tucker was also a great Whalen player. He's the definition of an all-around player. He plays great defense. Noah's a three-point specialist. He hit an overtime game-winning 3 against Weston a couple weeks ago. That was huge.
Yeah, along with that point on Lee, not only can he shoot the 3, he's really a great floor general. You can expect some flashy passes from him here tonight.
And Jabari inbounding the ball right now. He's been electric all season. He plays tough defense. He's a good shooter, and most of all, he's got that dunk. And Whalen fans love it. We love to see it here on WSPN and Waycam, and just
hard foul there.
As I was saying earlier, Jabari can fly.
Absolutely. As Melvin took a hard fall, he's okay. Foul there on Tyler Jamo. His foot just got in the way of Melvin. Jack Melvin here will shoot the first one. He misses it.
Great defense from Jabari there. Get the ball back.
Now it's Nurse looking. Finds Brewington. 1:30 and counting here in this first half. Livingston just loses that one out of bounds. It'll be Concord Carlisle possession. Concord down 1.
Wayland here staying with the full court press, man to man.
That was Bowen. Bowen was driving in there as a foul called on Whalen. Bowen is a righty shooter off the bench. Something Whalen has done so far, and what they should do is force him left with that strong right hand, and you can't allow him any clean looks from beyond the three-point arc.
Absolutely, Josh.
Upham misses the free throw. Brewington comes out with the ball, and he pushes up court. Brewington out to Johnson. Nurse. Crossover from the elbow. What a shot by Jabari Nurse.
The crowd is going wild for that crossover. I mean, they're loving it.
Really nice move by Nurse to sink that mid-range after. As we see number 32 in, Kieran DeSouza for Concord Carlisle. Jamo misses that.
Great defense there by Jabari to get right up in his face. He's been dangerous from 3 so far.
Melvin with the lay-in. Nice job to put a little English on that ball off of the backboard and in. Jamo drives in easily with the left-handed layup.
That was a great move to go by Brewington there.
Yeah, Whalen did not force him right as they should have. Whalen's going to try to, most likely will try to get the last shot here, as there's just a 1 second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Jabari Nurse, nice move in the post, can't get it to fall. Concord Carlisle pushing it up, that's Jamo, stolen by Livingston. Fast-paced play right now. Livingston mid-range, gets it to go. 1 second left. Concord Carlisle does not get the shot off. Great ending to that first half by the Whalen Warriors as they take a 29-24 lead. Great start, pretty good start anyway so far from Wayland as they have a 5-point lead going into the second half. We'll see you in around 10 minutes here back at the Warrior Dome. Josh Schreiber here alongside CJ Brown. We'll see you in a few minutes. Get ready. Hello and welcome back to Wayland Student Press Network's live coverage of Wayland boys varsity basketball. Josh Schreiber here alongside me is CJ Brown, and I'm going to talk a little bit about the reason why Wayland has already clinched the playoffs. Most people believe that they need one more to clinch the playoffs. However, there's actually a reason why they have already clinched. It's called the Sullivan Rule. So what the Sullivan Rule is that though the Warriors have 9 wins, they have, as a matter of fact, clinched the playoffs because so if a team has 70% of their games, of their league games, if they are against opponents who are a division higher than them or even more, which for Wayland that would mean they'd have to be Division 1, those, if it's 70%, Wayland, which it is for them, they only have to win 50% of their games against teams that are in their division or lower. So for Wayland, they have 9 games against teams in their division or lower, and that would mean they need to win 5 games. Well, luckily for Wayland, they have played 5 games so far against those teams and are 5-0. So that is why they have in fact clinched a playoff spot. However, as we get back to the action here, CJ, even though they have clinched the playoffs, what do they have to play for in the rest of the regular season, and how can they keep the momentum going as Brewington misses a 3-pointer?
Well, obviously, Josh, I believe that home court advantage is everything. I mean, the fans today, as you've seen, has already made somewhat of an impact in this game. They have in the past, and they will continue to. It'll be something for this community to rally around. I mean, home playoff games are something we haven't seen in Wayland basketball in a long time. And if we can get back to that, that would be huge for this team.
Absolutely. As we missed a shot by Brewington that went in, as Nurse steals it, passes up to Xander Livingston, and he puts it in for the layup.
Whatever Coach Jordy said to the team at halftime, it works. It worked. We're already up 9 here in the second.
Great job by Wayland on defense and offense, turning defense into offense. As Jamo with the ball here, he had a big first half. Nice move by Jamo, and a really nice mid-range jumper gets it to fall.
Jamo's a stud. I mean, already he's crossed up Jaden. He was 3 for his first 3 from behind the arc. And I mean, he's someone they got to look out for. And he's the only sophomore on this Concord Carlisle roster, so that's also something to be noted as to his success.
Yeah, as Nurse gets it behind the arc. Nice move by Nurse. Can't get the shot to fall, however. Nurse has actually been relatively calm for him, as he's a very emotional player, and it can hurt him sometimes, but so far he's handled his emotions very well as Concord Carlisle gets a layup there. Urado for 3, gets it to go, puts him up 8. Nice shot by Ryan Urado.
And I mean, you love to see that. I mean, Urado hasn't gotten a lot of minutes this year, but he started this game, came out in the second half as a starter, and I mean, he's just been playing lights out today on defense and on offense. As he plays defense on there.
Yeah,
and gets a miss from Concord Carlisle.
Yeah, there was Howes with the missed shot right there. Now it'll be Livingston looking to get the ball into the paint. Instead, he'll get it to Brewington. Nurse. Livingston, nice move. Cannot get the shot to fall as Bond comes down with the rebound. Now it'll be Jamo. taking it up court against Brewington. Howes looking, spin move on Urado. Urado got the rebound, but Howes did a nice job to get that ball back and lay it in for 2. Cuts the lead to 6. Brewington now. Into Davies. Davies can't come up with it. A big part of this game, I'd say, for Wayland on offense is they keep having some errant passes that are going out of bounds, CJ.
I mean, obviously, you got to avoid turnovers at all costs, but especially when it's costing them so much. I mean, they're only up 6. This is a Concord team that's won 2 games this year. They really have to be more cautious with the ball.
Absolutely. Layup not even close from Mitchell. Nurse, he tried to dunk it there, got fouled. Did not get the dunk to go. That would have been one heck of a dunk.
He was looking to kind of shoot something into this team.
Yeah, he'll shoot 2 at the line. Luckily, he's okay. Hard fall there. Coach Dennis Doherty calls a timeout there, trying to recollect. But a big story for Concord Carlisle is, though they haven't had that much success in the past few years, back in 2015, they actually competed for a state championship led by Gatorade at the time. Gatorade Massachusetts Boys Basketball Player of the Year, Eric Selu. That's really been the last time that Concord Carlisle has had like a great team. Trying to rebuild now, but maybe Tyler Jameau, who's done an unbelievable job in the game as only a sophomore, maybe he can potentially lead some future teams to postseason runs.
Yeah, Sela was absolutely unbelievable. He was 6'8", and he could shoot, which is just, in the DCL, that's unbelievable. And that's why he won the Massachusetts Gatorade Player of the Year. Right now, he's a junior at Amherst, and he's averaging almost a double-double. So you can see that he's continued his game at that second level. Yeah,
absolutely. Concord Carlisle, they're really trying to find someone with that kind of athleticism and ability. As the timeout is over, Jabari will shoot 2 at the line. Just in case you're just joining us, Josh Schreiber here alongside me is CJ Brown. This is the Wayland Student Press Network's live coverage of Wayland Warriors basketball against the Concord Carlisle Patriots in a big, small DCL showdown. Jabari Nurse just got fouled on a dunk. He's shooting 2. He cannot hit the first. Really a big game here. Student section is shown out big time in this game. Jabari Nurse hits the second one. Raises the lead to 7 for Wayland.
Wayland backing off in that press. Still in a man-to-man, though.
So back to the keys to the game as Jabari Nurse gets a steal. We'll get back to the keys to the game in a minute. Jaden Brewington fouled on a layup. He's going to shoot 2 at the line. Nice job by Jabari to get that turnover. As I was saying, those keys to the game that we had earlier in the game, we had mentioned that it would be really interesting to see how Porter Moody and Noah Lee were integrated into this lineup. What do you think so far?
Well, obviously they've been limited in minutes. They didn't start. They only got a little bit of time in the first half. But in that little bit of time, they made a big impact on this game on both the offensive and the defensive side of the ball.
Yeah, Wayland just trying to stay healthy with a playoff run in their future as they miss the free throw but get the offensive board. Jaden Brewington, Livingston for 3. Can't get that to go, but he comes up with a hustle rebound. They call an offensive foul on Gavin Davies. Gavin Davies cannot believe it. He doesn't even know what that foul was on as he checks out of the game. He's angry. Jack Melvin now into the game. Jack Melvin has not had quite the same amount of playing time, maybe just trying to get him some rest as well, as we have mentioned several times, preparing for their postseason run. Howes for 3, gets that to go.
Right now, Melvin's matched up against Graham Robinson, who's 6'8". He's towering over Melvin. Hopefully, it won't make too much of a difference in this game.
Yeah, Melvin's really got to be aggressive, as we've mentioned, for this whole Wayland team. As Howes comes up with a steal on Ryan Urado. Now Jameau to Bond for deep 3. Bond can't get it to go. Brewington comes up with the defensive board. Nice lay-in by Jabari Nurse on the dish from Jaden Brewington.
Turning defense to offense, Josh. That's how this Wayland team has played their best basketball all year, and that's how they're winning today.
Absolutely is. Robinson, he gets the offensive board there, gets blocked by Melvin. That's the kind of defense we need to see from Melvin. Concord Carlisle regains possession, but misses the three. Mitchell with the board. Now it's Robinson, towering over everyone right now. Stolen by Brewington. Brewington, lay-in, gets it to go. Wayland by 9.
I mean, that's just a great play. They put in Robinson, obviously looking for a spark, but he's created 2 turnovers on 2 possessions in a row, and Concord Carlisle just needs to figure it out in this timeout.
Yeah, timeout there, as you had just mentioned, called by Concord Carlisle. Some really important things for Wayland so far is with their sophomore, who we mentioned earlier, Dolick Emanuel out. How has that affected them in this game?
Well, I'd say that it's given more opportunities to people who don't usually play a lot. For example, Ryan Urato and Nick Johnson, both making big impacts on this game, even though they've been limited in minutes throughout the season.
Absolutely.
It's kind of opened the window for those guys. And yes, they'd obviously like to have Dolick back. I mean, he made great strides himself. He was on the freshman team last year, went all the way to varsity where he had big impact minutes, occasionally starting. And they'd love to have him back as soon as possible, but those guys like Nick and Ryan just are thankful to have this opportunity.
Yeah, and back to Emmanuel. I talked to Noah Lee before this game, and several times even throughout the season, he's talked about how amazing the strides Dolick Emanuel has taken to become such a key player on this team. At times, he's actually been a starter a few times, but he's a great defensive player, especially. As a ball goes out of bounds, it will be Wayland ball. It's tipped by Concord Carlisle. 3 turnovers in a row for Concord Carlisle as Robinson sums out of the game. They did exactly as you said, CJ, with Jack Melvin really stepped up against Robinson.
And I mean, that's just what they needed to get the ball out of the big man's hand, because he can do damage, especially at the free throw line. You don't see that a lot out of big men, but he doesn't usually miss when he gets to the line.
Yeah, for sure. As the ball goes out, deflected by Concord Carlisle, it will still be Wayland possession. Xander Livingston passing it on the baseline. Concord Carlisle won a 5-second violation. Melvin for 3, can't get it to go. Howes with the defensive board. Howes has been all over the place in this game so far. He's just seemingly been around the ball at all times. Mitchell can't get that one to fall. Livingston comes up with it, weaving in and out of Concord Carlisle defenders. Now he slows it down. Moody finds Brewington. Into Jabari in the post. Backing down Howes. They double him. Brewington for 3. No good. They called
the ball out of bounds, Josh. The ref said that it hit the shot clock.
Oh, okay. That makes sense there. Now it'll be Howes inbounding it. Looks like Wayland's going back to that press. They abandoned it for a few minutes anyways, but they're going back to it.
I mean, full court pressing all game is just a way to wear down your opponents, and hopefully that'll show in the fourth quarter.
Yeah.
When Concord Carlisle will, in Coach Janice Doherty's mind, get tired, hopefully.
Yeah, is Moody back in this game? Haven't seen much of him, but just playing it cautious with that concussion. Brewington misses.
Another stud sophomore, Noah Lee, set to check in.
Yeah, Noah Lee he's just an athletic freak of nature. At only 5'8", he can almost dunk. In fact, he can dunk a tennis ball. And we've seen that all year with his amazing defense as Concord Carlisle misses a shot.
He's also great from behind the line. He hit a game-timing 3 against Weston a couple weeks ago that sent the game into overtime. And then once again in overtime, he hit the game-winning 3.
Yeah.
To have ice in your veins as a sophomore, that's just crazy.
Yeah, that's really something that every kid dreams of growing up, and to achieve that as just a sophomore is unbelievable.
This also, both Porter and Noah made varsity as freshmen, which is almost unheard of in this Wayland program.
In fact, that's actually only been done 5 times, including them in the past decade. So the fact that it happened twice in 1 year is unbelievable. Foul there. Called on number 4 for Concord Carlisle, Cameron Ladd. Brewington will shoot at the line.
Brewington's really been balling out all game.
Really nothing new, though. He does miss the first one, as it will be Lee checking into the game. Nick Johnson tried to sub in, couldn't get in on time, though. Brewington, the second. He can't get that to go.
Brewington's been really shaky at the line today.
Yeah.
That's not unusual for him, but in all other aspects of his game, he's the best player on this court.
Absolutely. Mitchell. Tough defense by Brewington, but Mitchell does drive by him. Nice job to battle the contact from Melvin.
Clock winding down. They're going to look for a last shot opportunity here.
Yeah, as Brewington slowing it down, they're calling a play. Crowd trying to help him out, counting down. Pass thrown away by Brewington. Moody couldn't come up with it. It's a backcourt violation. 3.4 seconds on the clock. Let's see if Concord Carlisle can get a shot up in time. As Brewington on the bench now, he's very unhappy with how he was playing. Mitchell gets it to go before the buzzer. Nice job by Concord Carlisle, cutting the lead to just 5.
That was really good defense there by Jabari, but Mitchell just got up and around him.
Yeah, absolutely. And don't forget to tune in next Friday for a boys and girls varsity basketball doubleheader against the arch rival Weston Wildcats. Watch the boys play at 5:30 p.m. and then stay tuned as the girls will play right after the conclusion of the boys game, only on Wayland Student Press Network. As we see the cheerleaders trying to get something going right now. Student section now on their feet. So, anyways, in case you're just joining us here once again, Josh Schreiber here alongside me is CJ Brown. It's 42-27 here in this game from Wayland versus Concord Carlisle in a small DCL matchup. Some really big things we've seen in this game. Some kind of poor shooting from the line by Wayland, which is really the reason why this game is only a 5-point lead for Wayland. What have you seen so far, CJ?
I mean, obviously, you've got your studs like Jaden and Jabari and Melvin just doing what they can to score. We played some really good defense, but Concord Carlisle has found a way to hang in there, and a key to that is Tyler Jamoa. As you see him there, number 1, he's only a sophomore, but he's been electric on both the offensive and defensive sides of the ball tonight.
Yeah, stolen by Moody. Moody, nice layup by Moody and gets it to fall. Wayland student section really getting into it right now.
Everyone's on their feet for the fourth quarter.
Jamo for 3, contested by Moody. Nice job by Moody. Rebound almost gotten by Melvin, but Concord Carlisle got possession. Traveling violation called on Concord Carlisle. It will be Wayland ball. No elite inbound.
Those are the kind of mistakes that Concord Carlisle can't afford to make, Josh, especially down 7 late in this game.
Yeah, absolutely. Now Noah lead and Nurse. Nurse driving baseline. Tough layup, gets it to fall. Jabari Nurse. Jabari Nurse has had a really good game so far, keeping his emotions in check and just balling out. Howes can't get that three to fall as Lee gets the rebound. Haven't seen much of Lee. Nice pass, though, there by him. Nice job by Nurse. Fakes a shot, gets it to Davies, but Davies cannot get it to fall with a tough defense from Mitchell.
That was a really tough shot there. I think Gavin was looking for a foul.
Yeah. Now Howes almost shot a 3 there. Instead gets it to Bowen for 3. Bowen gets it to fall. cuts the lead to 6 for Wayland. Here's Moody. Pretty quiet game from Moody. Played some good defense, though.
Played some good defense, has some good passes. Same with Noah Lee, as he loses the ball there.
Jabari Nurse trying to track down Bowen. Bowen, wide open layup, can't get it to fall. Mitchell looking for the foul. He puts it up anyways. Student section is really not liking what they're seeing. Trying to get into the head of Bowen. Noah Lee, he missed that shot there. He's not happy with himself. Davies got the offensive board as he seems to be very good at gets fouled. He'll shoot 2 at the line here.
And yeah, that's really Gavin's whole game, is get the ball and get the board, either get a layup or get a foul.
Davies shoots the first. Gets it to fall despite the weak attempt from the Concord Carlisle student section. As it will be Brewington checking into the game for sophomore Noah Lee. Here's Davies with the second. Gets that one to fall. 6-point lead for Wayland.
That's the free throw shooting you need out of your big man, especially one that goes to the line as often as Davies does.
Yeah, absolutely. It's Mitchell out to Bowen. Nice job to get a piece of that pass by Melvin. Stolen. Now it's Jabari Nurse to Melvin. Melvin fakes a pass, sees he's open and shoots it. Gets some contact, no foul called. Nice shot by Jack Melvin. Timeout called by Concord Carlisle.
That was just an absolutely electric series by Wayland.
Yeah, absolutely a great job. Once again, Josh Schreiber here alongside me is CJ Brown. 5:25 left to play. Wayland is up 8, 50-42. Some great job in this second half by Wayland to stay aggressive and get the offense going a little bit. Though the defense has not quite been perfect, but they have had some really good showings, especially completely shutting down the 6'8" big man Robinson.
Yes, Josh. And to go along with that, there have been a couple of players who have played only a few minutes but have had a real big impact on this game.
Yeah, absolutely.
For example, Ryan Urado came in, and he doesn't have a lot of playing time in the season, but he hit a 3. He scored the first 4 points of this game, and he played great defense when they needed him.
Yeah,
so that's
absolutely.
just the type of players that have come in for Wayland and made an impact on this game.
And adding on to that, Wayland could be potentially going with this bigger rotation, in part because of injury, but also because with that postseason coming up, you want to stay fresh, stay healthy, and also you want to still get those starters in to keep the momentum going.
Exactly, Josh.
Concord Carlisle now with the ball. Nice ball movement. Can't get it to fall, though. Mitchell with the offensive board. Out to Bowen. Foul called on Jabari Nurse. Nurse frustrated with himself.
Jabari keeping his emotions in check, but jumping up and down, clearly frustrated with the ref on that call.
Yeah, Jabari Nurse with that huge wingspan, really trying to get a piece of that piece of the ball anyways. As now, Concord Carlisle moving it around. House. They call it travel by House. It'll be Wayland ball. Brewington wants the ball from House. He is really frustrated. He tried to just swipe the ball from him.
Things are getting a little chippy here.
Yeah, Brewington wasn't happy how House kept that ball there as he gets it into Melvin. Screen from Davies. Out to Moody. Moody will slow it down. Gives a little wave to Bowen. Now Brewington with the ball. Nurse. Melvin. Melvin crossover. Crossover again. They call that a 2. A deep 2 from Melvin, but a really nice shot by him. He's a knockdown shooter, CJ.
That was crazy good isolation basketball there from Jack Melvin. I mean, just to go one-on-one, multiple crossovers into a step-back shot. Wow.
Absolutely. Coach Doherty getting into this game right here. He's really happy, it looks like, with the way Wayland's playing. Nurse into Davies. Davies gets it to fall.
Incredible no-look pass there from Jabari, too. Wow, this team is clicking right now.
Absolutely. They're up 12 now, the biggest lead of the game for Wayland. As now will be Mitchell. Concord Carlisle just trying to get something going on offense. Stay in this game with only 4 minutes left. Mitchell can't get it to go. Great defense by Melvin. Brewington rips it away. Up to Nurse. Alley-oop, can't get it to go. They say out of bounds on Nurse. Jabari Nurse all over the place. Great job by him.
I think Jaden and Jabari were just trying to have a little bit of fun there, Josh.
Absolutely. Jabari Nurse, that would have been one heck of a lay in there. Couldn't get it to go. But great hustle when they had numbers. Wayland sticking with the press, trying to seal the win if they can get it. As they get a steal here, pass up to Brewington. Nice in and out move by Brewington as he gets fouled by Mitchell, it looks like. Chippiness here. Jack Melvin getting into it.
Little pushing and shoving there underneath the basket.
Dennis Doherty is livid as the Concord Carlisle coaches come all the way over here. Wayland student section really getting into this, CJ. Refs doing a really nice job trying to calm down both teams. I believe they called double technicals here. So, as we're hearing from the refs right now, the double technicals are called on number 24, Jack Melvin for Wayland, and number 12, Bowen for Concord Carlisle. Jack Melvin doesn't seem to care as he's laughing it off, just trying to get in Concord Carlisle's head as they're getting very frustrated.
And the original foul was called on Eric Mitchell, so that'll be 4 shots for Wayland, with a timeout called by Dennis Doherty.
Doherty still arguing with the refs. He's saying there was a cheap shot there by Concord Carlisle. He may have a point, but they're gonna call a timeout, try to draw something up to keep this game going and keep it going really well for Wayland, as we've seen a tremendous fourth quarter from Wayland.
I agree, Josh. I mean, the momentum has really swung Wayland's way in the fourth quarter as they're looking at 4 shots from the line, alongside the 12-point lead that they've jumped out to. It was only 5 points at the end of the third.
Absolutely, and back again to that key of the game, as you were saying, defense is really important for Wayland, and they have done a great job in this fourth quarter, playing extremely aggressive, and Concord Carlisle has no idea what to do against this Wayland defense right now.
What they've been doing, Josh, is just turning defense into offense, and that's just good basketball. That's what they're doing, and that's how they're winning this game right now.
Yeah, absolutely. As will be Jaden Brewington at the line right now. Jack Melvin just talking over with Bowen. Looks like they shake hands right there. Really nice display of sportsmanship. They're both laughing it off right now.
Brewington struggled to the line thus far. Let's see if he can get these to go.
He hits the first. Great sign from Jaden Brewington. Brewington hits the second. Now it'll be Concord Carlisle trying to pass it in. A little bit of a press from Wayland, looks like.
The crowd is now chanting down by 14. That's pretty funny, Josh.
Yeah. Could be a little dangerous, though. You don't want to jinx anything. As Bond chucks up a 3, gets it to go. Of course, right as I say that.
That was really deep, almost from the yellow line, Josh.
Yeah, Josh Bond really can shoot it when he wants to, as he scored 13 last game. Has not had a huge factor in this game, as there is a foul called on Concord Carlisle, number 4, Cameron Ladd.
Now Jaden will go to the line for the 1-and-1.
Wayland has only had 3 fouls called on them in this half so far. The ref going to explain it to the Concord Carlisle coach right now. Doesn't seem to be happy. Jamo checks back into the game, along with Upham, as Bowen comes out.
Josh.
Oh, wow, that's a big story in this game, as Cameron Ladd, he is a starter, and we haven't seen much of him in this game, but he can play really well.
He's had some solid defense. That's
yeah,
about it.
He's an excellent rebounder, too, which is big for Wayland because Wayland does not exactly have a lot of size. So getting a great rebounder out of the game can be huge. As Brewington hits the second one.
Jaden's really cleaned things up from the line. 4 for his last 4.
Now it's Jamo. Moody on him. Up him, off the screen. 3-pointer, can't get it to go. Brewington comes up with the board. Up to Nurse. Nurse, can we see something? No, but we see an and one layup. Jabari Nurse is really amped up right now. What a job by Nurse to fight the contact. He's having one heck of a game here tonight.
I know that the crowd was looking for a dunk there, Josh, but I think this could mean more if he hits this free throw.
Oh, absolutely. Even if he doesn't, it switches the momentum, and Jabari really pumped up right now. He does hit the free throw.
Wayland's out to a 16-point lead, Josh. It's incredible.
What a past couple minutes for them as Davies goes down. Mitchell still can't get the shot to go. Nurse with the rebound.
Great play by Davies there to go down, get back onto his feet, and get into his face and interrupt that shot.
Yeah, great job as he sets a screen here. They try a pick and roll. Doesn't work out, so Brewington will get it again. Brewington still looking for something. Shot clock down. Jabari Nurse, off balance mid-range, can't get it to go. He tries to get the rebound. I believe an offensive foul is called. Jabari Nurse can't believe it as Moody subs out of the game now. Here's Jamo. Mitchell now.
Jaden gets his hand on it.
Upham for 3. Can't get that to go. That was a big shot for Concord. Jabari Nurse can't get the dunk to go. He can't believe it. Timeout called by Wayland. Jabari Nurse almost had a huge dunk, but he just couldn't get it to go.
I think Jabari might have injured himself coming down off that dunk. He grabbed his left leg.
Yeah, although hopefully he's just disappointed himself. No, he looks like he is injured. You know, that's really the dangerous thing about him dunking. Coach Doherty really does not like to see that. Student section really getting into this game right now. Anyways, we have a minute 50 left to play here in this game. Wayland is up 61 to 45. Some really good play here by the Wayland Warriors in this fourth quarter. Just trying to seal this game up.
The Warriors just kicked it up a notch going into that fourth quarter. I mean, they were up 5 at the end of the third, and now they're up 16. They've just been playing great defense, turning defense into offense, and just making their free throws. Just fundamental basketball. That's exactly what Coach Doherty loves to see.
Absolutely. Completely improving on that first half that they had, which was not the best against a 2-win Concord Carlisle, but the second half has been really incredible.
It'll be Wayland ball here.
Livingston the inbound to Brewington. Brewington dribbles it in. Gets the contact. No foul called. Great job by Brewington to still put that one in. They are now up 18 with just a minute 40 to go. Foul called on Jabari Nurse. Jabari Nurse not exactly happy with it, but Howes will inbound it as Livingston stays in the game. Jamo looking. Jamo has been quiet in this half so far. Mitchell loses it. Melvin now in the paint. Easy layup, gets it to go. Wayland up 20. Timeout called on the floor. Timeout called by Wayland.
I mean, wow, just wow. This Wayland team has been different in this fourth quarter, and it's been incredible to watch, Josh.
Yeah, Concord Carlisle coach getting in the faces of his players right now. He is not happy with the way they have played in this second half, specifically the fourth quarter, completely blowing any chance they had at winning this game.
I mean, with a minute and 25 seconds left, I don't like to jinx things, Josh, but a 20-point lead isn't going away.
Yeah, absolutely. And we just heard a warm the buses chant from the student section. A lot of confidence in this game right now as Wayland really happy with the way they have played. Some players, it looks like we have basically a full substitution for the Warriors as we will see senior Mile Larson into this game for the first time. Mile Larson has been a huge factor as a leader on this team. A lot of players have said that he is arguably the biggest leader on the team, and even though he has not played a lot, he's huge in their success this year.
The crowd was just chanting, "We want Bogan," and here you see Josh Ellenbogen set to sub in right now. He's the only player who hasn't touched the floor tonight, and here he goes.
Josh Ellenbogen gets one heck of an applause into this game as the student section is literally jumping up and down at the sight of Josh Ellenbogen.
We talked to Porter Moody a few weeks ago, and he said that Josh Ellenbogen is the heart and soul of this team, and it shows that he's might be the heart and soul of this school. You see the way those fans jump up and down when he gets into the game.
Yeah.
Not the most skilled player, but he'll crack jokes all day. He's a good guy, and he's just kind of the chemistry that glues this team together.
Absolutely. It's really a great job there by Lee to break that press. Some really nice, crafty dribbling. Mile Larson almost shot a three. Instead, he turns it over, but the Wayland bench all stood up when he went to shoot it. Just shows how much they appreciate him as Concord Carlisle misses another open layup. Nothing going right for Concord. Now Urado dribbling. Urado mid-range, no good. Concord Carlisle with the board. Concord Carlisle now, Mitchell, he can't get it to go. Bogan with the rebound. Student section goes insane. They're going to dribble this one out. It'll be Mile Larson. What a game here from Wayland. Wow.
Good, Josh.
That'll do it here. The final score is 65 for Wayland, 45 for Concord Carlisle. What an ending to that game from Wayland. They played like a team that can make a deep postseason run. And just great job overall on defense. And CJ, what do you think are some key takeaways from that game?
I mean, obviously we played great defense, had great play from Jabari Nurse, Jaden Brewington, Gavin Davies, and Jack Melvin, the guys that you want to see get those points do well. Limited play for Noah Lee and Porter Moody, but they still played great. And
yeah, and then it looks like we're gonna send it down in a few minutes to Katarina Tomasini, who our sideline reporter. She's going to interview Coach Dennis Doherty after a great win. They're still wrapping it up right now, but I mean, overall, great defensive performance. Great job by Wayland. Looks like having a bit of a delay here as they're just trying to get Coach Doherty to talk to them. Just overall, great job.
Overall, quite a game. Every player on this roster got into the game. And a 20-point win, you're going to take that every day of the week, Josh.
Yeah, absolutely. Just getting everything ready. Big DCO win. As we will try to get things sorted out here. But please stay tuned. We have an interview with Coach Doherty right now. Some chaos going on right now, but again, Josh Schreiber here, CJ Brown. Final score was 65 for Wayland, 45 for Concord Carlisle. That was a big DCL win, as now they will finish at least 500, even with that Sullivan rule in play. We are getting ready, still getting ready to send it down. Really just a great job overall.
As Josh Ellenbogen just pointed out to us, that's Wayland's 10th win on the season. It's a huge mark for them.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's been a goal for them all year to get to 10 wins. Now they've achieved that.
And really just the first time Wayland's been in the playoffs in 3 years. I'm just getting word that we're actually going to start the interview with junior captain Jaden Brewington. We're going to send it down to Katarina Tomasini right now. You good? Here's Katarina.
Hi, I'm Katarina Tomasini from WSPN. Here we have with me starter Jaden Brewington. Jaden, you played really well tonight. How did you feel?
I feel good. Came out with the win. That's all that matters.
How did you feel in the second half? It did start with a pretty slow start today.
Yeah. We started out slow, but at the end of the day, our team is really talented, and we always pull through. And I think the younger guys that don't play much did a great job of keeping the starters up and making sure that we're on top of our game, and they came right off the bench and did what they had to do to keep us in the game.
And what do you have to say about the team chemistry?
Team chemistry is great, and that's why we win. It's just great. We're a great group of guys. We're all young. We only have 2 seniors, so most of us are connected, and we just have great chemistry.
All right, thank you, Jaden.
All right, thank you.
And next we have Coach Doherty. He will be coming in a minute.
Well, it looks like Coach Doherty's a little busy right now, but he will be joining us. He will be joining Katarina down on the floor in just a moment.
Oh, here he goes right now. Back to Katarina.
Hi, here I have with me Coach Doherty. Coach, today's game really did get off to a little bit of a slow start. What do you think changed in the second quarter to bring the momentum back up?
Yeah, that's a great question. I think we were almost trying too hard early on. I think we were forcing some things offensively, and we were overextending defensively. We just really had to kind of settle down and get back to playing good, fundamentally sound basketball, because that's when we're at our best.
And sophomore Jabari Nurse really was a key player. How do you think he performed tonight?
Yeah, I thought Jabari had an excellent game. He worked so hard, and he's really getting better every single day. And I thought he did well both offensively and defensively. He made some nice passes, so he was a key guy for us tonight. And that's a good team over there, so we needed everybody to put forth their best effort. And I was proud of Jabari, and I was proud of the entire team.
And the fourth quarter was really fun. What do you have to say about that? It was really lively.
Yeah, we had a great crowd, and we have great coverage from you all, so that really makes a lot of fun for the players and the coaches. So we really appreciate people coming out. We appreciate the coverage you're giving us, because if none of you were here, it wouldn't be nearly as fun as it was there in the fourth quarter.
Agreed. Thank you, Coach.
Great, thank you.
On behalf of our crew, Charlie Moore, Julia Collini, Josh Schreiber, and CJ Brown, thanks. I'm Katarina Tomasini from WSPN. Thanks for watching, and we'll catch you next time.